Yep. Yeah, recording has started. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, fellow Toastmasters and the welcome guests. So my name is Amarnath. I'll be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the meeting of Sattvic Toastmasters Club. Before starting the meeting, I would like to mention 3 ground rules we follow in our Toastmasters meeting. As Toastmasters, we don't talk about sex, religion, politics. So please refrain from discussing these topics. Please put yourself on mute if you're not speaking and encourage you to put on camera. And please turn off your video if you are stepping out of the meeting. As everybody in their lives have a mission to achieve their goals, likewise, our Toastmasters Club also has a mission. The mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, result in greater self-confidence and personal growth. With this, I announce this meeting as open and hand it over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Amar, for that wonderful introduction for this session. And welcome all to Sattvic Toastmasters for a Healthy Living. My name is Noor Mohammad. I'll be the presiding officer for today. And today I can see that we have a couple of guests in the meeting. So let me first invite Tulsi. Tulsi, how did you know about our meeting? And may I know your expectations from this meeting?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Tulasi. I have been a Toastmaster earlier and I just wanted to get back. So I've checked about the nearest clubs online and then I found Sattvic Toastmasters clubs. I have been joining these clubs recently for a few weeks now. Yeah, that's it.
Thank you, Tulsi. Can you let us know what you're expecting from today's meeting?
Yeah, I would like to know some good tips and tricks to.
Fantastic. So I think definitely you will be able to benefit from today's meeting because we have none other than 3 times district champion for District 98. We have DTM Avinash Singh with us today. So I'm sure you're going to take value from today's meeting. So thank you, Tulsi. Thank you for introducing yourself. We are so glad that you're here again with us. And thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. So next I can see is Neetal Jain. Neetal Jain, could you please let us know who invited you to this meeting and what are your expectations from this meeting?
Yeah, hi everyone, good morning. So I'm part of Leaders Connect Toastmasters Club. I just clicked on Happening Now event and I joined it. I'm preparing for my speech contest, which is on 2nd of Feb. So I thought it will be a beneficial session in preparing my speech. So I'm looking forward on crafting my speech and taking tips from you.
Fantastic, fantastic. If I'm not wrong, I saw you yesterday in Wipro Beats, isn't it right?
Not Wipro Bits. I attended yesterday Right Big Club meeting, Eloquent, and Leaders
Yes.
Connect.
The 3 clubs meeting, isn't it?
Yeah, Leaders Connect.
Good to see you here.
Storytellers and Gurugram. Yeah.
Good to see you here.
So I want to learn how to craft a speech. Yep.
You're at the right place today, for sure.
Yes.
Welcome
Thank
to
you.
Sattvic.
Yeah, thanks.
And Toastmaster Shiva Krishna, may I ask you our timer? May I ask you how you got introduced to Sattvic and what are your expectations today?
We had has kept the roles in our meetings. So I am interested to join in the Sattvic Toastmasters, and I am very excited to learn more things from the Sattvic Toastmasters. And I think today is the district champion speaker is here. So I am I'm so excited to learn more things.
Welcome, Shiva. Welcome to Sattvic Toastmasters. I'm sure you're going to take away value today. Thank you. Toastmaster Vidya, I think this is Toastmaster Vidya Sagar. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Nice, sir. Nice to.
Very good, sir. Very good. Very good. So, without further ado, may I now introduce our today's meeting is going to be a fantastic meeting because we have today a trainer who is par excellence, who is going to train us on how to crack the international speech contest, and he is also going to train us on the table topics contest, how you can actually succeed in, being a winner at table topics contest, and you will definitely benefit from this. We will also be having a table topic session soon afterwards, and then we'll have evaluation by DTM Avinash on each of the table topics which you give, so that you can actually take away his feedback on how you can actually improve with actionable items which you can really benefit from. So without further ado, let me take you all into the session, into the workshop of DTM Avinash. A little bit about DTM Avinash. He is a Toastmaster for the past 8 years. DTM Avinash Singh is a 3 times district champion from District 98, having won the coveted trophy of the humorous speech contest in 2020. And he also won the table topics contest in 2022 and the evaluation speech contest in 2024, and was also the first runner-up in the international speech contest in 2023. He was named the Toastmaster of the Year in 2023 and 2024. I mean 2023-2024 year. Avinash has conducted over 200 educational sessions globally since 2020, focusing on speech crafting, impromptu speaking, humor infusion, and feedback management. All aspects related to how you can succeed as an excellent speaker. He's also the founder of Training Influence, bringing over 15 years of experience as a personal development coach, keynote speaker, and learning and development consultant. We are so glad to having him among us. It is really a pleasure and a heartfelt gratitude to Toastma DTM Avinash to be among us. Without any further ado, may I hand over the podium to DTM Avinash Singh. DTM Avinash Singh, it's all yours, sir.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Noor Mohammad, and for this kind introduction. Of course, I gave it to you. Yes, thank you so much. And let's start. I have already started my timer so that I can be within the time. Of course, we will have the official timer also. It's so good to see so many people right in the morning. Okay. And currently, the celebrations of Republic Day are going on in my society, and there's a lot of noise. Thankfully, Zoom is drowning out all those noises. But it's a good way to start. Okay. And my family is cursing me. Why did you take this in the morning? We had to go to unfurling. But I said, there are things. Sometimes it so happens that you have to, I already shared that I will be there with Yashita, and then I realized, oh, I had to go there also. But nevertheless, I am here and I am fully committed to this particular cause, and I am very sure that we will together understand how to go about international speech contest and table topic contest, and in general about speeches and impromptu speaking. So it's not only about the contest, but in life, how exactly you can go ahead and craft good speeches and work with impromptu speaking. So, are you ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Yes. Oh, nice. Toastmaster Vikram is always in the jacket. I love that particular aspect about him. I saw him. I believe he was the Toastmaster of the day earlier when I joined before this, and he's always 8 in the morning, and yes, very nice. Okay, so a question to all of you: Now, what is it? We are talking about, we're starting with the international speech contest, and we are talking about speeches. So, what is that aspect in speeches that you find challenging? I just want to know.
I
You can
was
just
pre I was preparing for my speech. I wrote the initial draft and it came out boring.
boring. Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Okay.
So I did not like when I was reading it. I did not like the way it got structured.
Okay. How many drafts did you do? One draft? So the first draft you are talking
Three,
about? Three
yeah,
drafts?
three drafts. Yeah, but I
Okay.
used, yeah.
Okay. Anyone else? Any challenges that you face?
So,
Yes, Vicky.
I always prepare before the speeches, but
Mm.
sometimes, I get nervous during those sessions. I mean, during the speeches. So I thought
Okay.
like there should be a better way to organize thoughts and how to
Yeah.
put things forward. So that's what I thought, I will learn today.
Okay. So there is this phrase. Jijo also, I believe, had unmuted. Did you want to say something?
Yes, thank you, DTM Avinash. My name is DTM Jijo Koshi. I'm from District 79. Yes, it's, I've been international speech contestant for the last 6 years. Somehow, at times, you missed out to engage the audience throughout.
Okay.
So that kind of, make you lose out from the contest.
Sure. We'll talk about that. So there are two different aspects. We'll be talking about one aspect in detail, and the other aspect which people are expecting a little less. Um, Out of content and delivery, which do you think is more important?
Content, for sure.
Delivery.
Delivery.
Ah, people differ here. People differ here. Pratik is telling, yeah, content, and everyone there, delivery. Okay. So it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Okay. Very nice, very nice. So see, the point here is that I want you to say, I don't know if you have seen this particular, I give this example to everyone. Okay. There is this video of Admiral Raven. Okay, there is this 19-minute commencement speech of Admiral Raven. Okay, you'll find it on Google, and I will share it with people from Sattvic Toastmasters. They can forward it also. So, in that, he's talking about how to change the world, right? Okay. He is an decorated, Marine. Okay. He's at the admiral level. He is in his uniform. Okay. He's standing on a lectern. Okay. And he delivers a 19-minute commencement speech, right? No body movements, no stage usage, nothing. Okay. And he has this cap and he is speaking. Okay. He's just speaking. He's on the lectern, fixed. Okay. Sometimes he's referring to the notes also. But after that 19 minutes, okay, and during that, you will find goosebumps. Okay. The way he has crafted his 19 minutes, it was so popular that he turned it into a book and that became a bestseller. Right? So people feel that, in Toastmasters, how, oh, yes, if you do this, and there is a lot of debate after every ISC, okay, lot of people say, oh, that was dramatics, this is not speech giving, but mostly people go ahead, and only this year we had a champion who was sitting on a wheelchair and she delivered there. Not much stage moment, okay, but she still won. Okay, so I believe content is what is required first initially, and it is well begun is half done, they say. Okay, more than half done. If you can focus on the content, if you can get good content, okay, even with average delivery, you can still have that effect on people. So I am a great believer, because delivery part for me is covered. I have always been on stage. I am very animated. I deliver in that particular way, but content is something I can make that jing bang, and people will remember my antics, but people might not remember my message. Okay. So let me ask you this. Okay. So we will not start from alpha. Okay. We'll start from omega. That is the end. And that is my acronym for the day, Omega, OMEGA. And how exactly we are going to do that. I usually don't use PowerPoints in education sessions. It is much easier to have a conversation, because once I use PowerPoint, everyone will be looking at the PowerPoint. Okay. So I have the power in my points. So I will share that with you. Okay. Let's start with the O. Okay. Now, how many of you know about the general purpose in so we used to have this manual. So in the traditional manual phase, before the online thing, we used to have manuals. Okay. And in that we had objectives. Okay. And we also had the general purpose and the specific purpose. How many of you know, can anyone share the general purpose of a speech? Do you know about general purposes? Noor might know. Jijo
Yeah,
might know.
yeah, there are 4 general purpose, right, Avinash?
Yes, please share it.
Uh, to entertain is
Yes.
one,
Hmm.
to inspire,
Yeah.
I forgot the other two, sorry.
Inform
Anyone
and
can help?
persuade. Yeah, inform and persuade. It is to
Yeah,
inform.
inform and persuade. Yes,
Yes.
yes. Okay. So you speak to inform, you speak to entertain, you speak to persuade, and you speak to inspire. Okay. In speech, there are 4 general purposes. Okay. If you know the objective first, why are you speaking? Okay. So I had always this thing that, okay, I am going on stage and I'm going to impress everyone. Okay. Of late, I realized that, okay, I need to express rather than impress. Okay. So that is the transition. And if you know what you want to do, okay, what you want your audiences to feel, then you will be in the right place. And for that, in the beginning, okay, even before you think of what, okay, you need to understand what are you going to do. What is your objective with the audience? Do you want to just inform them? Do you want to entertain? Okay. Do you want to persuade, or do you want to inspire? Okay. One question. What is the difference between inspiration and persuasion? Anyone?
Inspiration is like you telling your story and they feeling uh, to do what we have achieved, and that is
Hmm.
inspiration. Persuasion is like if they are a student, persuading them to score high marks or do something better. So that I feel is persuasion.
Okay. Great. Great. Nice. See, there is this word called action. Okay. The difference between inspiration and persuasion is, when you inspire, you tell your story, as Vikram already said, that you share your story, but you are not pushing them towards action. Okay. You just feel that maybe this person gets inspired enough to take action because I am giving that particular inspiration to this person, right? But in persuasion, you tell the person that, okay, take action. Okay. And that's why the difference between inspiration and persuasive speeches is, at the end of the persuasive speech, you have a call to action. Okay. That is the major difference, right? In inspiration, you leave on a great note and a memorable thing. But in persuasion, you tell, will you do it? Will you do it? Everyone will say yes. Okay, then they will forget. Anyways, so usually happens. Okay, yeah, who will say that? Okay, stop wasting water. Okay, no, yes, we will stop. Okay, so one day we will do that and then we will forget. But again, there are people who persuade so much, then people, it changes the whole history. And you can be that speaker also. So O of Omega is the objective. What exactly is your objective? Right. So if you understand, usually in when you are going towards international speech contest, your speech needs, ideally, is somewhere the core objective is either to persuade or either to inspire. You just have to ensure that if you are trying to persuade, then have a call to action. Okay. And if you are going to inspire, then that's okay. Then you just have to use your story in order to inspire people. Okay, that major difference. Okay, so I keep on telling about objectives because that is the first place you know what you want to do. Okay, and of course the information and the entertainment can be a little part, because usually, you know, people said that how do I engage people, how do I make it. Okay, so the entertainment aspect needs to be there. Okay, if it's not there, then ideally, okay, it is an irony, you know. People say that uh, the judges in the humorous speech want to see messages in the speech, and judges of international speech wants to see humor in the speeches. So ideally, if you can, okay, use humor in your international speeches, because that is one way, sure short way. So there was this great author. Have you heard of Oscar Wilde?
Yes.
Okay, so we used to call Wilde, WILD, because we were all illiterate people. How to pronounce names we didn't know. Okay, so he said that if you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, or they will kill you. Okay, so when you are trying to tell people and make them aware of certain truths in life, okay, do it in a fun way. Or people might, today's people are very sensitive people, so people might get offended, so you'll need to have, okay, one of the things that I saw in this particular speech contest, the winner, okay, we usually tell in our meetings, refrain from sex, politics, religion. Okay, and she actually used religion and God in her speech, and she got away with it, as in, she challenged the norms, and people found it, wow, oh my God, right? So that happens, but you don't have to think about it. Let's go to the M of Omega. Okay, now, how many of you think messages are important in a speech? Message or takeaway. M is the message. Yes, it's important. Noor is saying yes, I am. Okay, so message is important. Now, if you see, whenever we talk about messages, okay, so Neetal, I'll just ask you, what was your message for this speech, if you can?
I was trying to talk about how clarity and goals make an impact in life, and you can achieve anything big when you have clarity why you are doing or why you are picking up what you want to do.
Ab-
Unless you see the end goal, you will not be able to start the first step.
yes, okay, so the idea here is, can you frame this particular message in 8 to 10 words? Yeah, okay, so if you see all the great speeches, okay, I was inspired by most of us, they might have seen Dhananjay Hitrachi's speech, 2014 world champion, I see something in you. And people think that the message is, I see something in you, means people see potential in you. Yes, most of the people are stuck on that catchphrase, I see something in you. But that is not the message of the speech. The message of the speech, which he, plucks the flower and, puts it, and then he takes it back, is that, sometimes life, can be very difficult, and you might not feel special, and there are people around you who will pick you up and help you feel special again. So have those people around you who can think and push you, and who can actually think that, there is something in you. Okay, so be around those people, or cherish those people around. That was the actual message of that particular speech, but usually the catchphrase became so important, and so famous, that we just say that, oh, I see something in you, right? Okay, so that was good. Then I specifically, I started loving this speech because it was funny. It was, it has the message, but the speech, after I understood a lot of things, I started understanding how exactly patterns are, what happens. I now love Lance Miller's speech, The Ultimate Question. Okay, he is a 2005 world champion. Okay, Lance Miller. I'm a fan of Lance Miller. Okay, The Ultimate Question. Okay, and his message is, you should validate people, you should appreciate people in life. Okay, and he connects with a metaphor of validating parking tickets. And in America, you have the, when you go to a big corporation, okay, you have to take the parking ticket, and they validate it for you, and so that you can see, show it to the security and go there. Okay, but that was, the way he has layered his speech. Okay, the message comes out so brilliantly. Okay, and after you have listened to the speech, after 1 hour, you will feel like, ah, after 2 hours, you will feel like, wow. After 3 days, you'll feel like, oh my God, right? So if you see, that is the speech that really, stays with you. Okay. So messages are very important. Okay, so I remember my first humorous speech. Okay, and I am usually this tall, dark, handsome person. Okay, according to my mother, mothers are like that, right? So but you know advertisements, what they show you, fair and handsome. Now I was confused, tall, dark and handsome, or fair and handsome. Okay, but then they also tell you that apply this and you will get confidence, right? If you are fair, you are confident. If you are dark, good luck. Okay, so that happened. So my message for the speech was, confidence or looks are not related. That was my message. That's what I thought about. So messages are very important. If you see every speech, 2015, okay, the power of words. Okay, if you see Mike Carr's speech, okay, the winning is in the try. Okay, so there are, everywhere there is a message, and messages, you have to build around the speech, should be built around the message. Okay, first, how do you support your message? Okay, so O is objective. You understand what is the general objective or general purpose of the speech. Then you come to the specific purpose, that is the message of the speech. Okay, once you have the message of the speech, then you come to E, and the E is the examples. Okay, now in examples, I usually follow the Aristotle's yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, 20 minutes up. Okay, I know. Okay, so in examples, yes. Thank you so much. So in examples, you have I follow the Aristotle's rhetoric, which is ethos, pathos, logos. Do you know about this? Ethos, pathos, logos? Anyone? No? Okay. So ethos is about credibility. Now, see, if Noor Mohammad would have said, DTM Noor, that, oh, hey, we have this, bald guy. He loves to speak. Okay. And we didn't have anyone else to speak today. So we called him for this education session. Okay. I don't think so. People might be interested. Okay. But when you said, oh, 3 times district champion, he already built credibility for me. But what if you don't have someone like DTM Noor introduce you? How do you build credibility in your speeches? I'm asking you. I'm sorry, I didn't frame the question properly. How do you build credibility in your in your speeches?
By giving examples, related to your real life, maybe
Okay.
that, because you have lived that.
Awesome. So yes, Neetu, you were saying something?
Yeah, similar on that line. It should be based on facts. It might not be your life, but some facts.
Okay.
Based on your experiences.
Okay, very nice. Okay, so there is something called as personal stories. right? So personal stories, you can have great examples. People might have heard about those great examples, but they want to know your story. That's why if you see all these reality shows, they focus on personal touch. Oh, he came from such a challenging background. Look at him. Oh my God. Right? So the personal stories connect with you, they build credibility for you. Okay. So you need personal stories in order for you to go ahead and connect with people, right? So ethos is about building credibility through personal stories. Pathos is about the human emotion. Okay. So if you don't have emotions, you will not be able to connect with people. Okay. So people said that, it's not engaging. It needs to have emotions. It needs to go through joy, through sorrow, through challenges, through irritation, through frustrations. Okay. So what is in your speech which can actually help you give that? Okay. So have those emotions. Okay. It doesn't mean, cry. No, you don't have to make that particular, but it should be subtle. Okay. Now in the speech where I came second in district in 2023, it was about rise and shine. So that was my title, rise and shine, and it was about getting up early. And the main message was that discipline is required in order to. Okay. And my father used to push me, get up Avinash, get up, rise and shine, right? But I never understood till he was alive what he actually meant. Okay. But he wanted me to be someone and shine in the world and, all those things, right? So I had this story about my father. Okay. And at one point of time, it became a little emotional. Okay. The person who came first, okay, he was after me and he was choked up. Okay, because he related to his father. Okay, usually we seldom talk about fathers, it is more mother centric, right? So I had the father aspect come here, and people choked up, right? So the idea is you don't choke up. Okay, if you are choking up, then your speech needs to tone down a little bit, because if you get all emotional, then that is not the way to go about it. So stay there. The second aspect, the third aspect, in fact, so you need to have emotions, but you also need to have logic in it. Okay, that is logos. Okay, what Neetal said, the facts and figures and everything. Because with emotions, if you are a politician, you can win everyone. But also need to have logic. If you are a great speaker, you want to motivate people and give the logic behind it. Give something, some facts and figures which people say that, okay, it's very important. Okay, so that is something which we need to always focus on. Okay, ethos, pathos, logo, an example. I'll go quickly to the grouping part of it. The grouping is very simple: opening, body, conclusion. How should be the opening? What is the characteristic of a good opening? I'll take 5 more minutes. I'm running, I think, a little behind time. Please allow me 5 more minutes. Okay. Yes. What is the characteristic of a good opening? Anyone?
Getting the audience by a hook.
Okay. Very nice. Okay. So a good opening, like Mohammad Katani. Okay. 2015 world champion. You must have seen in reels also nowadays. He's very famous.
Yeah,
Okay.
our district champion.
Sorry?
Our district champion.
Your district champion. Yes. Cigarette in the mouth.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. But it was very attention grabbing. But what he said was more, it was like that, right? If I had, everyone is thinking about the cigarette, but more people die of diabetes than smoking. And if I had a Snicker bar in my mouth, nobody would have minded it. And people say, oh, wow, what? Nice. So attention, you don't have to have cigarette in your mouth in order to, grab attention, but people have done great things, right? So 2001 world champion, Darren LaCroix, he fell on the ground. Okay. So ouch. His speech was about ouch. Okay. So he fell straight on the stage. Okay. And then he spoke few words while being there. Okay. Attention grabbing. So you do need to do something which is attention grabbing in the opening. Okay. Have an audience interactive question. Okay. Where you interact. So there are 3 levels of engagement, as they say. The first level is eye contact. The second level is asking close-ended questions where you can get a yes or no answer, but ideally try to find a yes in the audience. If you can find a yes, and it's very easy to get yeses because you frame the question in such a way. Okay, because motivational speakers, they do that every time. Do you want to be successful? Do you want to earn more money? Do you want to have great relationships in your life? All the answers are by default yes. Nobody says, no, 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 no. What success? I don't want to be successful, right? So you frame your question in such a way that you get the yeses. Okay, the body needs to support your message. So body needs to have a certain outline which actually goes ahead and makes you so it is in the alignment. I'll explain more in the alignment part of it. Okay, so you need to have examples, what was the problem, okay, and what is the solution, and how you went from the problem to the solution, or chronologically how did you go about it. Okay, so how did you go from the challenge to the overcoming the challenge? That is what you need to do in the body. And in the conclusion, you need to summarize and highlight the message. Or if you're giving a persuasive speech, then you have to have a call to action. Okay, so this is opening, body, conclusion. This is the grouping that you do, okay, in order for you to have a smooth flow. Opening, very catchy. It should say something about what you're going to speak. Okay, so ideally the audience interactive question. So when I was talking about rise and shine, do you think it is difficult to get up early in the morning? Everybody say yes, 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 right? So it was about rise and shine, but it was about discipline that I was talking about. Okay, you need to have discipline in life. Okay, in the same way I said, do you think confidence and looks are related? Okay, and people say yes, no, and whatever, right? So I framed those questions in the opening. Then body, I gave, how I went from not doing something to actually being able to achieve something. And in the conclusion, I gave them the summary and then highlighted certain great points and left them with a memorable statement. Okay, so that is how you group it, opening, body, conclusion. And finally, the alignment. A of omega is alignment. Okay, how do you structure your outline of the speech? Okay, there are many outlines that you can go through. Okay, the most famous one is problem and solution. Okay, so you start from a problem and you go towards solution. That is one of the good outlines. You also have chronology. So you start from, okay, in 1996 I was here, or 2000 I was here, then 2005 I was here, 2010 I was here. Yeah, you go in a chronology, and that is one way to go about it. Cause and effect can be one of the ways. Okay, this was the cause and this is the effect of it. Then you have, if you go about it, the topical way of going about it: topic, subtopic, subtopic. Okay, so ideally, if you are talking about international speech contest, usually the problem solution way works much better. Okay, so then you need to identify what the problem people are facing. Okay, like Neethal said that, okay, you need to be specific, you need to focus, you need to have clarity. Okay, so once she frames it properly, in 8 to 10 words, she will be able to work around it. Okay, so alignment is where you flow like a river from the beginning to the end. Okay, you should have great transitions. Okay, everything should be connected, it should not be haphazard. So you can use a catchphrase like, I see something in you, from going from opening to body to part 1 of the body, part 2 of the body, part 3 of the body. If you see, he always used the catchphrase in order for him to transition from one story to the other. Okay, so you can use those catchphrases if you want. Okay, I use the rise and shine aspect in my speech. Okay, rise and shine, my son. Okay, and then I used to transition from one story to the other, or one event to the other, or one point of the opening to the body to the conclusion. I used to do that using a catchphrase. Or you can simply, okay, so I was doing this, and then in this particular thing I graduated. After graduation, see, everything is flowing. Okay, so you need to have connection in your whole speech, and that is the alignment that you do. Your speech should flow like a river. Okay, opening, body, connection. Okay, so this was what I wanted to share. I'm a little short of time. I believe I needed more 5 minutes, but this is something which I feel you will be benefited by. objectives. O of omega is objectives. Clarify what your general purpose is. Then come to the message. Have a very strong message which can connect with people. Okay. Then you go towards the examples. Have personal stories because that connects with people much more than general examples. And you can follow ethos, pathos, logos, credibility, emotion, and logic. Then you come to the grouping. The opening body conclusion should have those characteristics of opening body and conclusion. And finally, you come to the alignment. You have to see how your speech flows like a river. Everything should be smooth and it should not have those breaks in between. So this was my omega for you. And I'm open to questions. We don't have much time, but if you have questions, please start asking. Hey,
How
thank
much
you.
is importance the voice modulation is?
See, I believe, when you talk about voice modulation is very important because when you talk about engaging people, if I keep on speaking in this particular way and if I go on doing this, after some time you will doze off, right? So I will sound robotic. And if I have the conversation, I keep on modulating my voice. And voice modulation depends also on, I focus on the 3 Ps of voice modulation or voice vocal variety. 3 Ps: pitch, pace, pause. Okay. Pitch, pace, and pause. Pace is rate of speech, pause is pauses, right? So if you want to create emotions, if I'm happy, okay, my pitch will be high, my pace will be fast, and my pauses will be very less. But if I'm sad, then my pitch will be low, okay, my pace will be slow, and my pauses will be more. Okay. Just by changing the pitch, pace, and pause, I can create a lot of different emotions. Okay. And in turn, voice modulation. So it is more about the emotion part of it. Okay. But voice modulation keeps people engaged. Very
Okay,
important.
one last question. How do I
Yes.
memorize my speech?
Oh, the hard way. So there is no shortcut to it. So what I do is I'll give you my process. So in my district speech, okay, I had more than 20 reiterations, as in redrafting, more than 20 redraftings. Okay. And I took the same speech from club till district. Okay. And I kept on improving that particular speech. Okay. Most of the people do. Earlier, when I started, the first time I had attempted, I had given 3 different speeches in club area and division. And that was a rookie mistake, which people say. Take one speech and take it till semi-final, because in final, you are not allowed to take the same speech. Okay, so that is the extent to which you can go with one speech in the ISC. Okay, so I'm sorry, I forgot. What did you say? The question was, see,
How do I memorize?
how do I memorize? So what I do is I first draft it. Okay, then I read it. Now what happens is my vocabulary sometimes is good in writing, but not in speaking. Okay, so when I write certain words and when I'm about to speak it, it doesn't match it is not flowing, right? So what I do is then I make it a little simpler, where I change certain words which makes it okay fine for me. Then I start memorizing and speaking, okay, practicing a little bit. Then what really helps me is I connect my body language with the stage movements and everything with the speech, with the draft. So I know that, okay, if I do this, then I am at this particular juncture. Okay. If I am doing this, that means I am here, right? So when I connect my body language and vocal variety with the words that are in my speech, then actually it internalizes. Okay. But I keep on working. So in my I have this I am a great fan of Iron Man. So Iron Man has this Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3. So he has this different versions of his Iron Man suit. Okay, so I take my practices as this is Mark 1. Okay, so this is my first practice. Second practice, so I go till 25, 30, 35 for one contest, as in for club contest 35 mark 35 mark 40. Okay, depending on, because I keep on changing. So you'll have to, there is no shortcut to it, but what helps me is connecting the words with the emotions and the body language, and that is something makes it easier for me to remember.
Okay. Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yeah,
What
I have one question, DTM Avinash,
Yes.
if you might. Yeah. Now, how do you handle feedback when you give an international speech contest, right? For
Yes.
example, at the club, you receive a lot of feedback from your club members.
Yes.
Same
Yes.
with the area, same with division. How do you
Yes.
handle that feedback?
So I take feedback from everyone. I thank them. Okay. Then I connect with myself. Okay. So is the feedback relevant for me, and who is it coming from? Okay. So I had many people. So even my mentees, okay, sure, as audiences, they gave me feedback. Okay. But at some point of time, when they said something, I could find out that, okay, they are very new. They don't know the nuances what they are trying to speak. Because if you see, in evaluation, if you are a rookie evaluator, you will always talk about, oh, you didn't use the stage. Okay. But once you understand evaluation, then you will focus more on different aspects, and stage moment is the least of it. Okay. Content is more important, and then you will start focusing. So I take feedback, but whatever is relevant, I keep that which feels, right to me, because eventually everyone has a perspective about it. So I don't bother. Okay. So believe me, uh, in my humorous speech journey, after the before the area contest, I had gone for then it was allowed that I had gone as a test speaker. 15 people evaluated my humorous speech. 15 people. Okay. And after listening to all the evaluations, I was like, oh, this is a stupid speech. This is good for nothing speech. Okay. And people pointed out everything. Most of the jokes, they were like, okay, offended, people will get offended. And after that, I said, wait, why am I listening to all those people? Do I feel that, is it offensive? And I asked a lot of people around me, and they said, no. So people have a lot of opinions. Okay. It's okay. But if you feel that it is something that you can work on, great. If not, forget it. So I don't usually focus on feedback, but of course, there is a mentor. I have that reflection. Sometimes I don't even listen to my mentor. Okay. So he's like, okay, you do this, but sometimes it is who they are and how they see the speech. But who you are and how you see the speech is very different. So that's why don't get into the trap of having too many feedbacks. Okay. Take feedback from credible people whom you think you really admire, and you can take that feedback. Do take, and end of the day, if it is relevant to you, work on it. If not, go forward. That's my way of going about it.
Thank you. I think that you nailed that thing properly. Well done. Thank you.
Okay. Last
Yeah,
question. Yes.
So
I
Yes.
have an answer.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Quickly.
Okay. Noor, shall I go ahead?
Yeah,
yeah,
please go ahead. Let's keep it short so that in the interest of time,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
have a 5-minute break after this. Yeah. In that
So,
break also, you can continue the process.
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, for every speech, whether it is club level or any other next level, so we will be writing the content, as the content is the king you mentioned. So we will be getting so much data, right? So if we want to scrutinize it, what is the best way to scrutinize? Why? Because every information looks credible and important to the theme which we are going. So how to scrutinize the content which we have written?
See, what I feel is whenever I am working on my speeches, I have gone through a lot of speeches. In the past 8 years, I have delivered more than 300, 400 speeches. I have lost count of it. And maybe one speech more than 50 times. Okay. So there is always this, after some time, you start seeing the pattern. Okay, so in international speeches, I will share this with Sattvic Toastmasters. I have the link to all the World Championship speeches. So around till 2022, 21, I believe, I have all the links. Okay, the world champion. But don't only see the first person, see the second and third person also, because sometimes, it is just touch and go, and speeches are important. But in all the speeches, after you see 20-25 speeches of these world champions, you will start seeing patterns. Okay, and once you see those patterns, then you will be able to understand, oh, what is really required in a speech to connect with people. Okay, so after every round, what I do is I scrutinize and I see where people actually I was not able to engage with people, because I have the feedback, right? And I also, in between speeches, I give speech to, in different places. Before practice, I deliver it in few places to get feedback. Okay, if even after club, area, division, I keep on giving speeches at different places, even champions. Okay, this person, Verity Price, okay, DTM 2021 world champion, she delivered more than 50 times before actually giving the world championship speech. 50 times in 50 different places. Okay, so you need to go, you will get one feedback, but you also come to know what you are lacking, where you are not able to connect. Okay, and that will have to happen after a lot of speeches. It will not happen if you're just giving your eighth or ninth speech. It will not happen that way. But once you have given 40-50 speeches, you start seeing how people respond to you. What is it that they, you are getting constant feedback on? What is it that they admire most in you? So whatever they admire most in you is your strength, and what you give feedback more on is something you have to improve. So give speeches and see the pattern. After some time, you will start seeing more feedback on a particular aspect. That particular aspect you'll have to improve, right? So that is my way of it. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll stop here. Okay, and you can continue your questions after uh, we declare the final. So over to you, Noor, and we can
Thank you, thank you, DTM Avinash. See, the thing about conveying information is about conveying your experience in a way in such workshops. And today, I believe DTM Avinash did the same. He communicated his experience. There are things which might seemingly look very normal, very simple, but it comes with a lot of experience. And these things like feedback, how to handle feedback, or whether you have to see about the process of how he memorizes a speech, all these things come with a lot of experience. And I hope you have taken this thing into consideration. Please revisit this recording again so that you would understand how important each and every aspect of what DTM Avinash has conveyed today. So with that, we'll take a 5-minute break now. If you have any further questions, you can continue with DTM Avinash, or you can have a 5-minute break, take a coffee, go to loo, just refresh yourself, come back, because we have an exciting session which is coming up that will be handled by DTM Avinash regarding how to handle the table topic speech contest. Now I declare a 5-minute break. Let's all reconvene back here at, now it's 9, right? 9:05. We'll be back by 9:05.
Thank you, Noor. It's so nice to listen to Noor's voice, don't you think? The way you keep on listening to you should do audiobooks and all those things. Do you do that, Noor?
I want to become Swamiji.
Yeah, that is, my God. All the money is there. Okay, all the
Yeah,
money, everything is there. Yes, yes. Do
eyes
that.
on the prize.
Yes, yes. Very important.
Yeah, I
But
do
thank you for
agree
the
with you,
compliment.
Avinash. Yeah.
Yes, Amar.
No, no, I do agree with Avinash. Whenever Noor speaking, so we start.
Yeah, anyone has any questions, we can continue, because I just wanted to have a transition of 5 minutes so that we can go from ISC to, if there is any residual questions that you have, you can ask me. Okay, till the 5 minutes, and then we will start another session.
Neetal has unmuted herself. Yes,
Yeah,
So
Neetal.
what is the eligibility for ISC speech contest actually?
to level 2 completion.
Okay. So need not matter, right? Which year or which month I completed level 2, my pathway. Okay.
Either that, or if you have not started your pathways journey, but you are a DTM, then you can do that. So earlier it used to be yes, there used to be a CC manual, and there was the sixth speech. After sixth speech, you were eligible to
Okay.
deliver an ISC, but now they have changed. You should either be a DTM or you need to have level 2 completion.
So I changed my club. Like I was in different club. Now
No,
I'm
that
in
doesn't
different club.
matter.
But
For your pathway, the journey is different. Okay, it will stay.
okay.
Okay,
Thank you.
most welcome.
Hi, Avinash. Ishita here. Um, you
Yeah.
talked about memorizing the speech and practicing 30, 40 times. Um, some people have given me advice that you just go with the flow, just remember the transitions. And some people, I tend to memorize word by word, and I become really nervous during the speech, whether I'll remember and what if I forget one word and the whole flow is gone. So, memorizing is the only way to go for a speech.
No, so see, the point here is, are you, so when people say go with the flow, right? Now, if you're someone like Noor Mohammad, who is very adept at speaking, and you have the flow, go with the flow, right? You have the vocabulary, you have the, when you speak, the right words come out of your mouth. So if you have the bullet points in your, what should be your opening, what should be your body, what should be your conclusion, then go with the flow. But you will not know exactly how, where, what happens. Okay, so word by word, of course, everything has pros and cons. The thing that happened with me in the district, that I forgot two or three important sentences. Okay, and I had a very brief pause, but people came to know that I forgot. That was the difference between the first prize and the second prize. Okay, so I was a little stuck. Okay, and when I got stuck, okay, and it was just a brief moment of fraction of a second, but people could know that. And I had memorized it, I had given it so many times, but on the stage, it happened because I had so many things. I was not thinking about district, I was thinking about semifinals, right? And that was the rookie mistake that I did, that okay, I was not focusing on the present moment. And when I had that, suddenly I had, array, oh, my regional is gone. That was the first thing which came to my mind. Regional gone, right? Because people, even if I finish this district, I know that if you see the recording, that they will come to know that I forgot something, right? So, and it will not make sense. So it happens. It's okay. You will fail one time, two time, three time, but when you have the right words, the right flow, okay, in writing, then it becomes much easier for you to go from one point to the other, right? And it flows. Okay, so all the great people, all the champions, they actually have the scripts and they memorize. Even if you see movies, where they have scripts, everything has scripts. Okay, of course, once you become a great actor or a great speaker, then you improvise looking at the audience. But in 7 minutes, you don't have time to improvise a lot, right? So that's
Okay.
why it is very important to stay the course. You have 7 minutes. Okay, can you finish the speech in 7 minutes, be impactful? Okay, and for that you need to have something which is which is fixed. Okay, so for me it works. For me, if I have given impromptu 7 minute speeches, I have given impromptu 20 minute speeches. It's much easier to give a 20-minute impromptu than a 7 minute, and it's very difficult to do it in 2 minutes. But yes, you can, but I have seen that it is not as effective as when I have written and I have curated, I have drafted and redrafted till it really has those punchlines, it has those transitions, it has those emotions embedded. So content is really important, and once you write it properly, once you are satisfied with the writing, then you will be able to really do justice to the speech. So This
Okay,
my
thank you.
feeling. Okay, you can
Yeah. I
decide.
find it very daunting remembering my speech word to word. But as you say, if your vocabulary, if your spoken vocabulary is not very good, the memorizing is the only way to go, right? As you said that my written English is much better than my spoken English. That's why when I speak, I say something else than what I have written. So memorizing, I think you keep memorizing till you reach a point where memorizing is probably not needed. The vocabulary becomes yours. Is that
Yeah.
how it is?
You start by memorizing. You do it reading. How do you memorize? You read and you reflect, read, reflect. But then after that, you start, actually performing, in front of a camera, you start performing. Okay. You start taking and you start delivering it. So practice the delivery at least 15, 20 times. Then you will be very sure of what it is.
Okay. Thank you so much, DTM Avinash.
Hi, Avinash. Vikram here.
Yeah, we
So one thing that I really loved about your session today is the humor. So you kept the humor at every single moment that no one wants to make you stop talking. Like we always want to keep on listening to you. But that is one aspect that I'd like to improve. Do you have any suggestions on how to make ourselves more humorous, or do you prepare anything before, or how does it happen?
Yeah. So see, humor
Before you
is.
start, DTM Avinash, may I remind you that the 5-minute time is over. We'll
Oh,
take the questions
this is
after.
the last one. I'll just
Yeah,
quickly finish
please.
and we'll see. Okay.
No, yeah.
I know I'm going in the flow.
I know.
One with, yeah, the Toastmasters likes to speak a lot, and DTMs usually, once we start, we don't want to stop. Okay, seldom we get audiences. So once we get the audience, we don't want to leave them. Yeah, listen to me. Okay, so see, humor is, of course, it's a big session. I keep on giving those sessions. A shortcut is that first of all, there is the block that we have. Okay, humor is a skill; it can be learned. Okay, watch good stand-up comedy. Okay, see the
Mm,
pattern, how jokes are created. Usually there is a setup, there is a pause, and there is a twist. Okay,
okay.
if you are going, people will seem to you are going towards London. Okay, and then suddenly you take a change and you go towards Tokyo. Okay, so you just change and suddenly that creates humor. Some surprises create humor. So understand how the technique works, and then you can feel very vulnerable. Sometimes my joke doesn't work, but then I say, oh, I thought people will cry, roll on the floor laughing,
Yes.
but it didn't happen. Okay, and then people start laughing, right?
Yes.
So sometimes your comments make you see Amarnath is right, right. So it's just that you need to be vulnerable. It's okay. If you
Mm,
fail, people laugh more. If you fall, people laugh more, right? So
mhm.
fall. People, we are afraid of the ego and embarrassment. Stay away from ego and embarrassment. The humor will flow then. Okay, but there is no shortcut to it. Okay, so
Oh,
you'll have. Okay,
thank
so
you.
let's get back. Okay, over to you, Noor. Can start again, and we'll start. I'll resume the timers.
Thank you, DTM Avinash, for answering those very pertinent questions. I believe Ishita's question was very pertinent, and you got to write in a flow to get the idea. And you know what I thought was amazing was how efficiently you have given that idea of you write in the flow so that you remember the flow. So that's wonderfully done. So with that, let's move on to the next segment of today's meeting. That is how to handle the most difficult task, that is to speak impromptu. Right? People freeze when you are asked a question and suddenly you don't know. Your brain is clogged, your words don't come out of your mouth, and then you're frozen. Believe me, on my first speech, when back 15 years ago, people asked me a question and I was on the stage and I was looking in the eyes of the people and I was frozen. I didn't realize I was frozen, but I was frozen. So that is the effect which the table topics get onto your nerves. So today we are going to learn about the strategies, not only how to handle table topics, but actually win at it. So today we have the expert speaker, DTM Avinash, to let us know how we can navigate the difficult routes of handling table topics. Without further ado, I hand over the podium back to DTM Avinash to enlighten us regarding the table topics, how to handle them, and how to win at them. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's start with again. Let me ask you, what is the most difficult part in impromptu speaking that you feel?
Structuring, like it,
Structure.
we get very less time to
Mm,
think on the topic.
mm.
When you start, you have to have the opening body and conclusion at the same time. So you have to, at the same time, you have to think and speak. So that is the most difficult part, which I feel. And it is making a sense or not. That is the point.
Yes.
To me, I feel the points do not come when we speak, and after we think about it, we realize that we could have included these points like that.
Great, great. Let me. So we have very less time, so let's dive into it. Okay. So one thing which I want to ask is, okay. So um, there is a lot of load of expectations on us. I used to, when I joined Toastmasters, I was already a learning and development professional. I was a corporate trainer and all those things. And I was like, easy peasy lemon squeezy. That is something which my son says. Yeah, 2 minutes, what? I can speak. I've spoken so much. I can speak. I am on the stage. I can speak. But it is not about speaking. It is making an impact in those 2 minutes, making sense in those 2 minutes. That's important. Okay. There was this one president, American president. I keep on forgetting his name. I don't know, why. So he used to say that, okay, if you want me to speak for 10 minutes, I will need at least 2 weeks to prepare. But if you want me to speak for an hour, I am ready now. Okay. So the point is, the lesser you have to speak, the more preparation you need, the more aspects you need, because you have to make impact in the only less time. And 2 minutes is less time, okay, for the preparation, but a lot of time when you are on stage. It never ends. It was, 2 minutes, it's not ending. What happened? Right? Okay. So theory of relativity happens there. Einstein was right. Okay. So when you want to, so let me ask you this, okay. So I want to take the load off your shoulders, okay, and make you understand what load is. So load is my acronym for this particular section, LOAD, and it is very simple. Okay, so let's start with the L. Okay, now if I ask you, life is like an ice cream, what is your take on it? Life is like an ice cream.
Enjoy it before it melts.
Hi,
Enjoy
hi,
before it.
Avinash. My quote is that we have to enjoy each and every second in life without feeling stressed about what will happen next moment and so on. We have to
Yes,
live in the present moment.
present moment. Okay, very nice. Any other takes?
Time is less and use it well.
Time is less and we have to use it well. Okay. Any other?
First, before we talk, I think we should take some time and organize our thoughts, and
No, no,
then
no. I'm just asking what is your take on life is like an ice cream? What is the first thing that comes to your mind? How will you tackle this? What is the
I think
central thing?
every day is opportunity to live. Every day is
Okay.
a new day, so I think it's like a new ice cream that every day you should have.
Oh, ice cream every day. Oh, wow. You like ice creams every day, new ice cream. And any other last one?
Who said
Okay.
high?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Who said life is an ice cream? It's spicy. It's a mix of all tastes.
Oh, another take. Who said life is like an ice cream? I don't believe that. Oh, very nice. Thank you, Amarnath. A different side of it. Okay. Right. Now, okay. So when you are trying to understand, okay, the L is the listen. It's very important to understand the underlying meaning. Okay. So if you're married, especially men, you know that when your wife says fine, she's not fine. Okay. So you have to listen, right? Understand the underlying meaning. So earlier I used to say, oh, you're fine. Okay, I'll go and play something. And, now I was like, I'm in attention. Okay, what happened? Right? So, because when something is given to you, you need to understand what it really means. Okay. So that is why it is always important to listen. So now most of us start thinking about ice cream, but life is like an ice cream. So we have to actually speak on life, right? So that is one aspect we have to. Okay. So let's again ask you, life is like a bed of roses. What do you understand by this?
Life is always happy. Better for us in the sense full of comforts and joy.
Full of comforts and joy. Okay.
So
Any
it's
other
up to
take?
us how do we see our lives. It's
Okay.
if you see every challenge also as an opportunity to learn, then it's a bed of roses.
Okay.
It's
Roses
full of
come with
love.
thorns.
It's full of love. Pratik says full of love. Huh? Very nice. Yes,
No,
Nitin.
roses come with thorn along with it. So bed of roses means both up and down.
Yeah, roses come with thorns, right? So whoever had created this particular phrase or the quote, okay, that actually means life is easy. Bed of roses means easy, but we are humans. We always say, oh, but roses also thorns, right? So actually, it is easy. What the phrase means, but our perspective changes it. Okay. So now, if someone asks, someone says, like, life is a bed of roses, or life is like an ice cream. So I can be like Toastmaster Amarnath and say, no, I think life is a box of chocolates. It has different flavors. Okay. So the first part is listening, and the second, L is listening. O is your opinion. You have to share your opinion and you can agree or disagree. In this world, when we have grown up, sometimes, we are so used to agreeing about it that we forget that, okay, there is an opinion. We can disagree also. No, according to me, it doesn't happen. Okay, I'll tell you, have you heard about the four blind men? The story, Four Blind Men? Have you? Okay, if you have heard, don't tell. Okay, I am going to tell it. Right. So what happened is there were four blind men. They were not born blind. They became blind over a period of time. Okay, and they had never seen an elephant. So it was announced that, oh, our town will have an elephant on Monday, and everybody was, all people were excited. And these four blind men wanted to see that, oh, I want to see what the elephant is. Then we'll go touch, feel, and we will understand what an elephant is like. Okay. So they go. The first blind man touches the feet of the elephant. And he feels, oh, the elephant is like a trunk of a tree. The second blind man touches the stomach of the elephant. Oh, it is like an oval wall or a globe kind of a thing or something, some globe kind of a thing. Elephant is like a globe. The third blind man touches the tail of the elephant. He said, oh, it's like a rope. Elephant is like a rope. And finally, the fourth one touches the trunk of that elephant and says, oh, it's like a snake. Elephant is like a snake. And the Mahout, or the writer of the elephant, he was hysterically laughing because he could see the elephant in its totality. Okay. So whoever you believe in life, the ultimate supreme power, okay, only that Mahout or only that entity has seen life in totality. We are all the blind men. We have seen one aspect of life. We always see it in one perspective. Who is right? Everyone is right. Who is wrong? Everyone is wrong. Okay. So we don't know. There is a perspective towards it, right? So you need to share your perspective. The problem happens is that we feel nowadays, people start fighting on the internet because they feel that their opinions are facts. The opinions are not facts. Opinions are opinion. I can have a different opinion. Okay, life is like an ice cream. No, I hate ice cream. Like he said, oh, it's spicy also. Put some, So I don't like ice cream. I like maybe, vada pav, or I like pizza or something like that. So,
Can
or
say life is also like a masala dosa, so life
yeah,
is
yeah,
like
yeah,
a pav bhaji, so many.
yeah. So it really depends on us how we connect to. So share your opinion. You have to share your opinion, and you can, tell that, okay, I agree or disagree with this particular topic. Okay. Um, Sometimes, just to have fun, if I don't understand the topic, I disagree with it. And I start speaking something else. Okay. The problem is that, when you don't understand a topic, that means the listening has not happened and you are not able to decode, you have lost the plot. So if you are in a contest, if you don't understand the topic, say for example, life is like an ice cream. Okay. You didn't understand the topic. The only way to rescue yourself is whatever you understand in the topic. Ice cream, start speaking about ice cream. Okay. But you will have to remember that you have lost the plot. It's gone. You have not done justice to the topic. What I do is I come back, I reiterate, I get back, I take pen and paper. How could I make justice to this topic? And I look at all, I Google search and do everything. And then I find out. Now, if something related to this topic comes again, then I'm ready for this topic. Okay. So you will not be able to know about everything about everything. Okay. So you might fail, but it's okay. Come back, return and understand, and again go back. Okay. So listening is very important, and then sharing your opinion in the first 20-30 seconds. Okay. Don't go more than explaining. People don't like explanation. People don't like people talking a lot. Okay. They like people sharing. Okay. Whenever you meet your friends, you don't say, oh, so one day this particular fact happened, and did you know that according to studies? You don't speak like that, right? You go and say, hey, did you hear about it? Did you know what happened to him? Right? So we are so used to sharing. So share with people. Don't tell people. Okay. So listen, share your opinion. Do you agree with the topic? Do you disagree with the topic, and why? Okay. Then you will need to come to the A of load. Okay. And the A of load is anecdote. Anecdote is short incident or story which can support your opinion. Okay. So it is very important to have an anecdote. Okay. So let's give you an example. So life is like an ice cream, eat it before it melts. Okay. This is my, okay. So I truly agree with this topic. In pandemic, I was looking at the gory scenes, and it was very difficult time. And suddenly one day in the afternoon, 1 hour after lunch, I suddenly started feeling breathless. I could not breathe. Okay. And it was very difficult. And at that point of time, I had so many things that I had seen that I told my wife, my time has come. I think I'm going to die. So I was so panic stricken. I did not know how exact. It was becoming more and more difficult. I told her that, okay, we didn't have that oximeter. We need to have that. Maybe call that ambulance. My wife is a psychotherapist. She was, calm and composed in the situation. And she was like, okay, don't worry. Don't worry. If it becomes very difficult, we will call. Okay, drink some water. And I was so, no, and all the things started happening. Like, oh, what have I done? Have I accomplished anything? People how will they remember me? And all those things were happening in my mind. Okay. My wife started giving me more and more water. Drink more water. Just focus on your breathing. And so, and after a few minutes, I suddenly had a burp, and it was gas. But at that point of time, I saw my life flash in front of my eyes. And I understood that I need to cherish every moment. That's why, my dear friends, I tell you, life is like an ice cream. Eat it before it melts. Enjoy life, because you never know when your last moment will come. See this? Okay. It's a simple example, right? But if you connect a good story, good, thing, and it will really help people understand what you are telling. Okay? You can use metaphors, you can use different aspects, but have a personal story. Okay. How do you go about it? How will you remember a particular personal story? Sometimes what happens is the topic is given, you have a very spicy story, like Amarnath is a very spicy story, but that you cannot share with everyone. Okay. So what do you do? The one thing which people don't understand is you can prepare for an impromptu. Okay. And what do you prepare? You prepare the anecdotes. Okay. So this is your homework. If you want to do it, it's up to you. Find out about every aspect of life. Okay. Find out a failure story in your life. You can be the hero or someone else can be the hero. Our parents used to say, right? Oh, I used to, sit in the lamp and I used to study, or used to go swimming and then, reach my school. My father had this story. I had only 50 paise in my pocket and I had to travel, and halfway I traveled by bus and halfway I, walked and all those things. Right? So we have all those parent stories they used to say. Okay. So, you can take those stories. What are failure stories? What are courage stories? What are winning stories? Where did you overcame a challenge? Is there a love story somewhere? Okay. What was one time you actually were persistent? What was one time did you persevere in something? Right. So there can be so many such stories. Okay. Find out in 1 minute. Try to create a story box or story chest. Okay. And you can take an Excel sheet and or a notebook and start jotting down, and ensure that in 1 minute can you share these stories. Okay. So start writing those stories in advance. Okay. Apart from that, there can be a lot of emotion. So there is something called as an emotion wheel. Okay. So you can use this emotion wheel. Okay. You could Google search, you will get. There are primary emotions, there are secondary emotions. Okay. So primary joy, sadness, anger, these are primary emotions. Then you go to frustration, everything. These are secondary emotions. Okay. So take every emotion and find a story from your life. Okay. You can be the hero or someone else can be the hero. Okay. Your friend, your parents, your siblings, someone can be the hero, your teacher, someone. Find those stories, start writing those stories. Okay. Simultaneously, also find some famous stories which are connected, which you can deliver in 1 or 2 lines. Okay. So if you see, the life of Dr. Kalam. Okay. He had a very rough childhood. Okay. He actually had to persevere a lot in order to become what he was. Okay. So story of leadership, story of persistence can be gained from that. Okay. Amitabh Bachchan, Sachin Tendulkar, you can have Mandela, you can have Gandhi, you can have so many great stories, and they can be connected to a particular aspect. Okay. But these famous stories, use them sparingly, as in after you have shared your own anecdote. Don't use it as the primary, because people connect more to your anecdotes. Okay. So have that. And finally, the D is the derive. Derive a lesson, derive a meaning out of it. Okay. So derive something. So that is why I say that, no, life is like an ice cream. Eat it before it melts. Cherish the moments. Okay. Leave your audience with something which they can take away. Everything should have a takeaway when you're talking about table topics. If they have a takeaway, the deriving part is done. So listen properly, share your opinion, agree or disagree with the topic, connect with an anecdote, A, and finally derive something out of it. Okay. And this will really help you to give proper table topics. It's a structure. Okay. Let me ask you one more thing. Okay. So in 1 or 2 words, can you understand what is the meaning of this? What is the underlying meaning of this particular phrase? Okay. Listen carefully. Ships are safest on the harbor, but that's not what they are made for. Ships are safest at the harbor, but that's not what they are made for. What's the underlying meaning of this?
You have to go out.
Everyone is comfortable at their own place, but at times we need to come out of our comfort zone as well.
Comfort zone. Yes, you understood it, right? Comfort zone. Understand the... So listening part is done. Then you have to just share your opinion. Okay. Then you share an anecdote connected to your opinion. Why am I saying this? Have a short story kind of a thing, and then derive. That's the thing that you have to. Okay. So this is in short how you go about it. Then we will do practicals now. Before that, I have a couple of minutes. Do you have any questions related to this? You understood, right? Listen, opinion, anecdote, derive. That's the simplest way.
So I have a question, Avinash. So sometimes the topic is totally away from what I can do. What should I do
Yes.
in that case? I don't know what to do at all.
Whatever you understand, you speak, and then you go home and you understand the topic and come out stronger. That's the only way. There is no other way. So sometimes you don't understand the topic and you have lost the plot there. You only get 10-15 seconds. In contest, you get only 10 seconds to decipher what exactly the meaning of this particular thing is. If you don't understand, it's gone. So whatever you understand, speak about it. Always attempt. Speak 1.5 minutes. Come back and then find out about the topic, become stronger in that topic. Maybe second time, if something related comes, then you are ready. I became a district champion, but even after that, the next year I didn't even qualify for the club round. So it happens. It happens. Okay. But my attempts became much more polished. Okay. So today, when I speak about table topics, I make sense. I make a lot of sense. Okay. And I create that impact. Okay. So it's not about winning. It's just about, can you connect with the audience? Okay. Even today, when I deliver, oh, I got it. I got, I really understood that particular phrase in a better way because of your examples. That's your win. If you can do that, that's something which you'll have to. Okay. But you might not know about everything. So keep... I take a quote book and I see, okay, if this quote comes, what is the underlying meaning? What can I give an example of it? What is the underlying meaning? What can I give example of? So I keep on doing this. And after some time, you'll get used to. Yeah.
Thank you.
Last question. Then we'll start the actual round.
When we talk about personal story, so should we restrict ourselves to one story, one example, or make it multiple?
Yes, in 1 minute you do. In 2 minutes you don't. Story time is 1 minute. Okay, so how do you go about it? First 30 seconds, you share your opinion and you agree or disagree with the topic. Then next 1 minute, you share a personal story. Only one. Okay. And if you have time, you can add 1 or 2 lines about a famous example related to that story. But your story should be primary. Okay. 1 or 2 lines. Okay. So your attempt should not, the anecdote should not go more than a minute. Okay. And last, 20-30 seconds, you derive. Okay. So it's very difficult to exactly, so once you see the yellow card, then you start deriving. Okay, so somewhere around the yellow card, you have to start deriving in the middle of it. So that once you reach the red card, then you are safe. Then you are already, you have finished that attempt. So always ensure that you are in this particular category. 30 seconds, 1 minute, 30 seconds. 2 minutes are done.
So I see many people repeating the table topic or thanking the audience for the opportunity.
Yeah, that shows that we are taking time to understand. Okay, and it is, see, we feel, but audiences are very intelligent. He's taking time to gather his thoughts. So don't jump into the door. Some people have this tendency that you have 10 seconds, pause, formulate. Okay. You will not be able to create the whole 2 minute speech in 10 seconds. And when you are saying, oh, thank you, table topic master, what a great way to go about it. Awesome, awesome. Life is like an ice cream. People know. 30 seconds gone. People know that you are trying to formulate. Don't do that. Straight away jump. I agree or disagree with the topic. And then why? Okay. So it will take some practice, but it's very good. And you will stand out when you take the first 10 seconds to just formulate how will you go with. One point, what is your, do you agree with the topic? What is your opinion? What is the story that you will talk about and how will you derive? In 10 seconds, you can formulate that. It's very, it's possible after practice. So that's
Thank you.
okay. So what we will do is now we will actually do a table topic, okay, because we are running out of time. So we'll do a table topic and then I'll quickly give feedback on your attempts. Okay, so we will have around five or six attempts. Okay, and in the end, I will give feedback. So I'll be writing, and I believe DTM Noor will be actually going through he'll be the TT master, right? Right, Noor, you will be the one,
Yes,
right?
yes. Thank
Over
you.
to you.
Thank you. Thank you, DTM Avinash, for those wonderful tips. I believe that it is time for you to put all those tips into practice now. So I'll be giving around 5 to 6 topics, and these topics would challenge you. Please take your time to formulate your thoughts. 10 seconds you got at the beginning to understand the topic and then deliver it. So let's not delay much further. Before that, may I raise a motion to extend the meeting by 20 minutes? Could someone second me?
Yeah, I'm seconding it. We can extend.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amarnath. So let's dive in. So the first topic, please, anyone would volunteer? All right. Tulasi. All right. Tulasi, your topic is when the compass spins, where do you find north? When the compass spins, where do you find north? The topic is in the chat box, chat box as well.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. The topic for me today is when the compass spins, where do you find north? So when you go somewhere, how do you find the right direction? So you have to have a specific direction to whatever you do. So wherever you go, you need to have a particular direction. You have to have a thought about it. For that to have, you have to go through different experiences of yours and try to see which one gets connected to you in those times when you get lost. So you always need to stay consistent and not give up and try to persevere in whatever situation you are. Thank you. Over to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Tulasi. That was a brave attempt at the question. Actually, you got to the point in somewhere in the middle of your speech. Well done there. Actually, when your life goes out of control, how do you find yourself? Right, fantastic. So it's a difficult question, Tulsi. It was a brave attempt. I must admit that. Yeah. So next online is Toastmaster Pratik Agarwal. Toastmaster Pratik, take 10 seconds to understand the topic. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. Your topic, sir, is what's behind the door you're afraid to open? What's behind the door you are afraid to open? Toastmaster Pratik.
Yeah. In my life, I'm always thinking that what next? And I believe in one thing, that what was the last time you have done something for the first time? And something for the first time is behind the door I'm always afraid to open. And I believe that we should try to do this more frequently. The thing which is behind the door is actually I'm having a lot of fear, but I want to come out of that fear. And to come out of that fear, I should always try to open that door more frequently, because I believe that when I do that thing more frequently, which I am afraid of, I will come out of that fear. I'm come out of that problem, or I will come out of that skill which I'm not having, and I will gain that skill over a period of time. So in totality, what I would like to say is, come out of your fear and gain those skills which is behind the door. Because I read one book that A Road Less Traveled by Scott Peck. In that, you go into that zone where you have what you have never seen. You go into that road which you have never seen. When you go into that road, definitely there will be a lot of things behind the door, which will make you fearful. But if you try to attempt that, you will gain that skill, and you will come up with flying colors. So try to go behind the door more frequently, so that you will improve yourself over a period of time. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik. It's a very good attempt. I was very curious to know what's behind the door. I was looking what was that which Toastmaster Pratik is afraid of. But you very, what do you say, very knackfully you told us that there are skills behind the door which you need to master. Thank you, Toastmaster Pratik. Thinking of Roadless Travel, that was the book I tried to gift it to my crush when I was in this college, and she looked at the book, The Psychology of Love, and she ran away just by looking at the book, the word love. Right. And next up is Toastmaster Amar. Toastmaster Amar, your topic, sir, for you is, are you ready? Computer जी, आपकी screen के ऊपर, is life just? Is life just? Toastmaster Amar.
Well, so his life is not just. As a human being, we have 100 years to spend our life on the earth. So we are the one of the best on the earth. So only the human beings can create history on earth, and we can repeat that history, and we can learn from the mistakes. So life is not just. So we have many things to do on earth to remember ourselves, as long as our actions live on earth. So my take on life is to take inspiration from the people, and you can become an inspiration to the people. So it's not just like another living being on the earth. So we have plenty of chances to commit mistake and learn from the mistake, and we can do better to the society as well as the environment. Life is not just. We can create history, and we can remember for years from the things what we do in our life. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Amar. Thank you. Thank you so much for that table topic speech. I was wondering whether you would talk about how your mother threw the slipper at you and you thought life is so unjust, where your brother escaped the whole thing and you got the crashing. So I was looking for some examples of that sort, or your wife torturing you every day. Life is unjust, so and so forth. So the next on screen is Neetal Jain. Neetal Jain, your topic today is, if time could pause for a moment, what would you do? If time could pause for a moment, what would you do?
Have you heard the famous quote, time waits for no one? We have a limited time on the earth, but we eventually take it for granted. And some of them who don't, they succeed. So when we talk about time, there are so many things that comes to mind. Is time what we are living today? Is the time that we lived or the time that is coming up? As a human being, we always run behind the time. We always try to think what's next. But if the time could pause for a moment, what would I have done differently? I do regret many things in my life. I do regret that I could have done things differently. So one thing that comes to my mind when I think that I could have done something differently if the time could have paused, or I could go back in the time, that would be not investing in the stock market when the Ukraine war came up. The stock market suddenly took a plunge and I was in a ass statement. I don't know what to do. I was focusing on the charts. I knew that the fundamentals of the companies were good, but still the Ukraine war started and the stock market across the world crashed. If I could pause the time, I would have changed my decision not to invest, or I could have made a decision to exit it on time. But as everyone say, time waits for no one. So there cannot be any pause. So let me leave you with a thought. If you could take a decision, think through it. So whenever you take a decision, whenever you have a chance to make a decision, think through the end goal. What would it look like if the things go as per your thought, and if it doesn't go as per your thought, how the situation will look like? And when you are clear in your mind that whatever decision you take now can make you succeed or can make you a failure, but you're okay with it, then go for it. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster Noor.
Thank you, Neetal. Thank you so much. I was curious a little bit. How much did you lose in the stock market during the Ukraine? Did you lose much?
I did lose, but that's part of game.
Fantastic. Thank you for the table talk. Next up is Toastmaster J.K. Arora ji. Toastmaster J.K. Arora, the topic for you, sir, is 3 aspects of your life which define you. 3 aspects of your life which define you.
Good morning, everyone. My spouse always says that you are always a positive, optimistic, and always think about the business. So this is the 3 aspect of life, and the most critical is your spouse, because she lives with you 24 hours, or you can say at least 3 to 4 hours. So the nature develops the aspects of life. Nature develops over a period of time. How my child goes, what is the I've experienced in life, and based on that it develops. Even someone emphasized that please change the nature, it is not so easy over a period of time. Like you go to the gym, you go same way, life continues, and we over a period of time we experience and all the aspects changes. But I have seen that means when I remain a positive, even something wrong happens, the manifestation when I do it, it developed a positive. Means I get a better aspect of my life. So I always thinks that everyone should try to manifest even in positive state, and the nature or the god, you can say, will help you, and we develop a positive of even the bad thing develop in the positive way. So this is my aspect of our life, that life always give what you think, what you manifest, what you uh, think inner, that you life always help us. So this is my take. Thank you. Over Toastmaster of the day, DTM Noor.
Thank you, JKG. Thank you for those positive thoughts today morning. I wish that everyone takes away this much positivity and manifest better things in your life. With that, we move on to our next speaker, Toastmaster Vikram Prakash. Toastmaster Vikram, your topic, sir, today is, what's the one thing you would carry through every storm? What's the one thing you would carry through every storm? Toastmaster Vikram.
Hard work is the one thing that I will carry through every storm. And this has been my story for the last many years. The reason I stress strongly about hard work is hard work pays more, and it has paid me more. Right from the day I was in school, from the time till now, I have always been facing a lot of situations where I was challenged. Right at 10th standard, I was under a strong pressure from everywhere. And that time, hard work really helped me. I used to wake up early in the morning and prepare a lot for my exams, and do some meditation before every day before my exams, my public exams. And I used to also work hard to score well. And that is one thing. And then second thing, during my interviews. So I as a fresher, I joined Infosys during the off-campus interview. They were like so many people attempting to clear the interview. And I was part of the first 100 out of the 1,000 people who appeared. So even that time, it was hard work, which I carried through, because it was not so easy to clear that interview where there were like so many off-campus candidates. And number three, when I attempted to join Microsoft, and I worked there for 5 years, it was not so easy. There are so many smart people in the room, and I had to always prove myself. And I've spent like multiple days learning new skills, and so even then it was hard work. So I feel everyone should put our best foot forward and work hard, and anything that whatever you're dreaming of is possible through hard work. Over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vikram. I would definitely carry hard work through every storm. That's a useful tool to carry. Fantastic. And we have a request from DTM Yusuf Chandra for a speech. Right, DTM Yusuf, we will have just one more topic. Meher will be the last speaker. Right, Toastmaster Yusuf, your topic, sir, is the ladder to success. Do you climb or build it? The ladder to success, do you climb or build it?
Thank you very much. Am I audible?
You are, sir. Fantastic.
Thank you. The ladder to success, whether I build it or I climb it. Of course, I have to build my own ladder to success. Why? Because the success is made from our effort. Let me give you an example. As I was born in a poor family, but I don't want to say poor the whole life. So I tried to build a ladder to reach to the top. How? I did it by education, because I believe that education will change my life. I built it step by step, from elementary school until university. But not only that, in university, I tried to find job. I tried to find chances to go abroad, because I know by looking for money abroad, I could make my father happy, my family happy. And how can I do that? I studied in a school, in a hotel school, which has connection with foreign countries. That's I built it. And at last, I could go to a foreign country, to Europe. And I believe that when I was in Europe, I could earn a lot of money. And I could send the money back home. But ladies and gentlemen, to gain a success, we have to build our own ladder. We cannot just climb it. Who made it? We have to make it. We have to build a way to success. Thank you very much. Back to table topic master.
Thank you, DTM Chandra, for that wonderful take. You got to build your ladder to success. Wonderful take on it. Thank you so much. And we have our last speaker for today, Toastmaster Meher Teja. Toastmaster Meher, your topic is slightly unique, right? So because you're a unique person, I wanted to give a unique topic to you. So this is your topic. What Toastmaster Meher?
Sorry, only what?
Only what? WHAT.
Can you please add some extra statements as well along with what?
That's the topic. What? You can think about something and come up with a response for that.
Yeah. Hello. Today my topic is what. It has many meanings, such as what can we achieve in life, what is our next step, and what are the weekend programs, and so on. Suppose if we want to achieve something in our life, we need to maintain focus, resilience, consistency, and hard work. At times, we will face many challenges in life. In order to overcome challenges, hard work is the key primary step, as mentioned by Vikram. Smart dedication is also required, because without consistency, if you do hard work in a blind way, that is of no use. So we have to maintain hard work, consistency throughout the entire phase to be successful. In my story, while I was in my BTech pre-final year, I have to deal with pressure such as managing my university exams and placements. I used to wake up at 6 in the morning. I used to pray God before starting my work. And finally, I was able to excel in semester exams and placement as well. I got first job opportunity at Infosys. So I recommend everyone to have resilience in their life. Along with resilience. So in that way, we can achieve wonders. We shouldn't get distracted by gadgets, personal beliefs, and so on. That's it. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Meher. It is definitely a very difficult topic to handle, but you did take an attempt on it, and you handled it pretty well, I must admit. Well done, Meher, on that topic. It's not an easy topic. You did well. Thank you all for this wonderful table topics today. I thoroughly enjoyed each and every take of today's table topic speakers. Thank you for sharing your perspectives. And now we have this amazing evaluation for each of you, how you have done and where you could improve. And without any further ado, let me hand over the baton to our distinguished Toastmaster, Avinash Singh, to provide his evaluation for each of you. Over to you, DTM Avinash.
Thank you, DTM Noor. Very nice. Awesome. Let's have a huge round of applause for all the attempts. Beautiful, beautiful attempts. Okay, so let's quickly, I just have 10 minutes, so I'll try and do justice. There are 8 people. I was expecting 5. Okay, let's quickly go dive into it. We'll start with Toastmaster Tulasi. When the compass spins, where do you find north? Okay, so when you look at this topic, ideally it is about life, and if it's spinning out of control, how do you find the direction? What exactly happens? Okay, so what do you do when it's out of control, when you don't know what's going to be next? How do you handle that particular situation? So I love the way that you started with how do you find the right direction. Just stay consistent is something which you shared in the latter part of it. What I would have loved is an example. Okay, so example was needed. So according to me, when I think about this particular topic, if life is spinning out of control, okay, first of all, you will find north only when the particular compass stops spinning. Only then you will find the north, right? So when it stops, then it points to the north. So when you think about this, okay, you'll have to stay calm in that particular situation. And once you are calm, when weather the storm, and then you can build and find the direction. So the stay consistent part, keep on doing what you're doing, and then going forward and trying to find a way out, because it is said that you cannot see your reflection in boiling water. Once it is calm, you will be able to see what happens, right? So again, in the metaphor sense, it will have to stop spinning. So that is something which I would have expected. An example would have been nice. You went very close to it, like Noor also. Noor, after every topic, he was telling people, okay, what exactly, and he did half my work. So thank you so much, Noor. And I would have loved that example. So that is something which I would have done. Okay, but great attempt. Okay, let's go to Pratik. Pratik, awesome. What's behind the door you are afraid to open? And I loved, he nailed it. Fear. When was the last time you did something for the first time? You started with that particular aspect and it was to the point. Again, I needed an example. Don't tell people. Okay, there are a lot of people who tell people, do this, do that, we should do this, we should share. Example. What is the thing you did for the first time and you were afraid to open the door? What was that particular aspect? Okay, so what were you so fearful of? And the best way is to overcome fear, you just have to see the fear and then you'll be able to manage it. Okay, in Three Idiots, the Rancho says that all is well, all is well, all is well. Keep on saying. Then the people ask that, okay, will you be able to? So he says, नहीं, झेलने की शक्ति आ जाती है. As in, you'll be able to manage it. It will not make the fear go away, but you'll be able to manage fear. Okay, so how do you manage fear? Actually going towards it. Okay, so that is something which I was expecting. Great explanation. You were to the point. Needed an example. Okay,
Yes,
let's
yes.
go to
Thanks.
Amarnath. Most welcome. Let's go to Amarnath. Is life just? Okay, so you stuck with, I like that, eventually you reached a point, life is unjust. Okay, and I love the examples of Noor. Okay, especially the wife one. Okay, life is so unjust, right? Okay, so yeah, mother and slipper, that was also very nice. Life is so unjust. Okay, so what you with life, I actually always, I gave you so many examples. You can just change. Life is just unjust, I don't know. I feel that life is what you make of it. I changed the question itself, right? So if you want, you can say just or unjust. Okay, how is life just or how is it unjust? So if it's unjust, give an example. So example in example, you can debate in any way. Okay, if you have points, you can make sense, whether it's life is just, you can make sense life is unjust. Okay, you just have to have that particular example that was missing. It will come with time. Okay, so now
But-
your homework will be go home and find out how
Yeah.
life is unjust. Right, so that is something which you can do. Great. Neetal, if time could be pause for a moment, what would you do? Okay, so beautifully you managed everything. You followed a particular, you explained about time, it doesn't stop, but if it stopped, then stock market. Noor wanted to know how much money did you lose. Okay, so sometimes we are so sadistic. Kitna batao? Oh, how much? Oh my god, oh, that much. Oh, I'm feeling very sad. Okay, but sometimes we feel sadistic pleasure. Okay, so I'm so sorry that you lost that particular amount. But it was a very good example that I would have paused. Okay, when I think of this topic, I remember this movie Groundhog Day. So Groundhog Day, what happens is this person wakes up one day and this day keeps on repeating. Every day is the same day. Same. So today is 26 January. Tomorrow I wake up again 26 January 2025. Again. So what he does it, eventually he is frustrated. Okay, why is the time paused? Okay, but then he starts taking piano lessons. Okay, for that particular teacher, he's coming for the first time because the day is repeating. But he becomes so good because he's practicing every day. This day goes on for 3 months, 4 months, and he becomes awesome. And everything is doing so. The main idea here is consistency. If you keep on doing what you are doing, you will become better at it. You will be able to anticipate. And eventually you talked about the decision making part, which was to the point. So if time is paused, okay, it is also a metaphor where you say that there is time between stimulus and response. You don't react to things, you respond to things. Take time in between to respond to things. So that can also be one take. So very nicely done. I like that. Okay. It needed more impactful example. So go home and think about what can be a more impactful example. Okay, because people, yeah, okay, so but in decision making, there are so many more things that you could do. And you can also have a very, if time would have paused, I would have gone to the bank and taken out all the money and nobody would have known, and all those things also. You can go in that particular direction also, a little funny one. So good attempt. Okay,
What was the
so
movie name you mentioned?
sorry,
Movie name, what did you mention?
Groundhog Day. Groundhog Day, Groundhogday. Okay, so that fantastic movie. Okay, so that is something. Yeah, Toastmaster JK Arora, awesome, sir. Very nice, positive thinking. Okay, I am also very positive because it's in my blood. It keeps on telling me, be positive, be positive, be positive. Okay. So sorry, I'm just taking fun. You started with your wife, and and she says that you are very positive. That is great thing. Okay, not many wives say that. Okay, so good supporting wife you have. Good, very nice. So you gave an example. The three aspects of life which define you. Major thing, you were focusing on the positivity of life. Okay, I was not able to focus on all the three aspects. What was the three aspects? I missed it. Can you repeat it, sir? Did you mention three aspects?
Yes. So first is positive. Then the three aspect like it means the manifestation, and because
Yeah,
I've
it's
also spoken on
okay.
the flow, and
Yeah,
Business,
positivity
business.
it is
manifestation.
just
Okay, so
not from the mind.
no worries, no worries, no worries.
But
You
I've
give
spoken
an
the three
example.
aspect. Then I came to the
Hmm.
further with the impromptu.
Sure. Perfect. Right. So very good. If I would have been in your place, when I heard three aspects, I think about family, work, self. Okay. So my focus is first family comes first, then my work, and then self. I take and I give equal opportunity, and that defines me. Okay, so in totality, if I focus on these three aspects, this is according to me. But a pertinent example, go deeper into that. So positivity, when you are talking about positive, one was, how exactly in a very negative situation you were positive and it really helped. There is this story about Birbal, or some story, Akbar Birbal or something, where he says, okay, everything happens for the best. Okay, then he gets hurt. Okay, his son gets hurt. Then they come to recruit him for the army, and then he says everything will happen for the best, and because he's injured, they don't take him forcefully to the army. And so that story also thinks, talks about the positivity, and always stay positive, or sab acha hoga, everything will happen for the best. So there are so many examples, right? Go deeper into the example to have that aspect of impactful thing. Okay, so three aspects, try to have that. Sometimes if you think that, okay, there are no three aspects, I feel that, okay, there is only one aspect which my wife says, and I always listen to my wife, because everyone should, is positivity. Right, so that is also, see, the problem is Noor has asked you three aspects. Oh, I only want to say one. My life, one aspect that defines me. Okay, so don't think about the three aspects, just one. If you'd say, it's okay. Thank you, very nice. Vikram, let's go with Vikram. Okay, what's the one thing you carry through every storm? Okay, you said hard work. Okay, and you gave a pertinent story. In fact, you gave three different aspects, three different times where you actually did hard work in the face of difficult challenges, and you came out victorious. Okay, what I wanted was, you could have focused on one story, went deeper into it, and talked about how difficult was it to be positive. So it was about the storm, right? Define the storm. The bigger the challenge, the bigger the hero. That is what storytelling is all about. So you will have to define how difficult it was, the self-doubt, the insecurity that you were feeling. Okay, and then suddenly what happened? You pushed yourself through hard work, you kept on doing, and eventually. Okay, so okay, for me, through every storm I carry hope. Okay, I have created, I have seen an acronym of it: hold on, pain ends. HOPE. Hold on, pain ends. Okay, so in storm, you will be hurt, you will not know about things. Okay, hope is what keeps us alive as human beings. So I will carry on the hope. I will weather the storm, and I'll come out victorious. Okay, but I'll keep on hoping that things will become better. Okay, and I can give so many examples from my life related to hope. So in hard work, you had three examples. Focus on one example, go deeper into it, and that will really help. Good, very nice. Let's come to DTM Yusuf. Awesome, sir. Very nicely done. I love the way you created that ladder. In fact, it was such a beautiful ladder that we also wanted to, now we are starting creating our ladders also. Okay, just your inspiration was great. Okay, so the ladder to success, do you climb or build? You said that you will build, and you gave a pertinent example coming from, not so great background, and still achieving success. Eventually you you made your own choices. I feel the story was there, the story was impactful. A little more emotions about how difficult it was. That's the only thing I would have needed, because then it would have, oh my god. Okay, so a little bit about the background and how difficult it was to come from that background, and now where you are exactly. So people need the before and after. So the before and after, if you see, that will give you a real way to actually go about it. So kudos, but you built the ladder, and my take always is that I will build the ladder because success is defined differently for everyone. For someone, achieving financial freedom can be success. For someone, getting honor and accolades can be success. Okay, so everyone has a different definition of success. That's why it is better to create a ladder on your own rather than climb a ladder, because then you will be trying to define success based on the society or someone else. Okay, so that was my take, and then I could have given an example, but that's my take. Okay, but kudos to you, DTM Yusuf. Awesome, awesome. I loved listening to you. Thank you so much. And last but not the least, Meher. Meher Teja. Okay. You Teja kya hai? Okay, I sorry, I keep on, digressing because I really love movies and all those things, right? So Meher got confused. Noor, you were brutal. Okay, so difficult. First one, who was Tulsi? When the compass spins, where do you find? I was like, what is he saying? I was also stumped. Okay, for a moment, इतना difficult, so difficult topics that you have. What? Okay, so what he did, Meher did justice to it, hard work, resilience. What? Hard work, resilience. Okay, so I needed you to go deeper into the example. Hard work, define hard work and how exactly, okay, so how exactly it transformed your life. So what? Hard work. Okay, so or what? Resilience. But I would have changed the question. I would have said, I am a great fan of Simon Sinek. I start with the why, not the what. Okay. So first I need to know why, and then I will go towards the what and how. Okay. So I would have changed the question. That's me. Okay. So that is something, think a little differently, because see, people are expecting the way you speak about it. Okay, a little motivational, a little change the scenario, add a little bit of humor, add a little bit of divergent thinking. Yesterday I was day before yesterday I was taking a class for teachers. Okay, government teachers. Okay, very very challenging group. Okay, and we were thinking about growth mindset, and one thing is that we are so stuck in one question has one answer. Okay, but one question can have multiple answers. Okay, a pen can be used for writing. Okay, it can be used if your fan is not working. Okay, it can be used to put in the plug if it is not properly going in. Okay, and sometimes people use this also, right? Okay, so there can be so many ways to tackle one problem. So just think about those divergent ways and you will really have that impact. So have examples, because if you are just saying, people might not connect with it. But kudos, I actually took 18 minutes instead of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever was given to me. But I hope I did justice to all the examples. And thank you for having me, and over to you, Noor.
Thank you, DTM Avinash, for that wonderful insights into how each of our speakers can take actionable items from your feedback and improve their table topics. Wonderfully done. Please, let's all give a resounding applause for DTM Avinash Singh today. Wonderfully done, sir. Wonderful done.
Thank you so much.
And without any further ado, let me honor today our, can I get the sharing access hosts? I have to present with a certificate to recognize the efforts of DTM Avinash.
Sure.
All right.
You got this.
Let me share my screen. Let me see. All right. So much, DTM Avinash, for this workshop. It was invaluable, and I hope all of you have taken very important key points which you can incorporate in your regular speeches as well as in your contests, so that you can actually win these contests of international speech contest and table topic speech contest. Thank you, DTM Avinash. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I'll share this certificate with you personally. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And right now, after this whole session, I want to know from the audience, how did you feel? So please shower all your positivity so that, our workshop presenter, DTM Avinash, also feels that his time was well spent when he had to go somewhere else on a Sunday morning and his wife is very angry. The only one person you can never make anyone angry is your wife. So he did the contrary. Yeah. So let me take feedback from Neetal Jain. I see a lot of smiles on her DP. Hi, Neetal. How did you feel about today's session?
Yeah, I just jumped on the session seeing your post, but I think so far I was never involved in, though I'm part of Toastmasters from 2 years. I'm actually never involved in it. I was like working on a superficial level. But now I really feel challenging and I got a way or a path to work with this session. And I'm really grateful that I attended this. Thanks a lot for organizing.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So this is what makes life interesting, is that when you attend something and suddenly your whole perspective changes and you feel motivated, like what DTM Avinash was saying, you feel inspired to take an action. And that is what he has done today. He has inspired you to take action. You're challenged and you want to get going and achieve things in your life. Amazing. Awesome. Let me ask DTM Yusuf, how did you feel about this today's workshop, sir? DTM Yusuf? You're muted, sir, if you're speaking. You're muted, DTM Yusuf. All right, I'll circle back to you. Meanwhile, let me take feedback from Toastmaster Tulsi.
Hi.
Apologies for giving you a tough question beforehand.
I have
Yes,
thought
Toastmaster Tulsi.
for today's session, I have a lot of takeaways, starting from how to draft your speech and how to memorize, how to take up any table topic. And I would say that, like Pratik said, when was the last time you did something for the first time in your life? I have raised my hand for speaking for the first time without any thought in the table topic session, and I have attempted it satisfactorily for myself at least. So that is how I got inspired by Avinash's education session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tulsi. Thank you so much. You have downplayed the whole thing and you got actually a bouncer from West Indies bowlers. You came in as an opening batsman and you got a bouncer directly. But thank you for kind words. I truly appreciate it. And let's see who else is there. Toastmaster Bob. Bob, are you available?
Now I'm back.
Okay, DTM Yusuf. Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
What is the question, please?
How did you feel about today's workshop? Your thoughts?
It was wonderful. The workshop is really done very well. I appreciate it. I learned a lot from it, and I gain a lot of knowledge from this thing. I would like to come back with this kind of workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you, DTM Yusuf. DTM Yusuf is joining, I believe, from Indonesia. DTM Yusuf?
Yes, that's right. I'm from Indonesia, from Bandung.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. I believe it's late in the afternoon for you.
It is 12 o'clock midday.
Midday. All right, fantastic. Thank you for joining us, sir. May I ask feedback from Vamsi? Toastmaster Vamsi?
Hi, Noor.
Hello. What did you feel about today's workshop, Vamsi?
Yeah, it's really wonderful, Noor. I joined in the middle of the session. But yeah, there are a lot of insights. It is taking time to digest the things. But yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, MC. Thank you for your kind words. Toastmaster Bob, are you there? Calling Houston once, twice.
Yes, I'm there. I'm sorry.
All right. So what are your thoughts of today's workshop, Bob?
I mean, I think there's only one word to describe it. It's phenomenal. It's just
Awesome.
been a very, I mean, some new stuff that I learned today, some reiterations of things that I've learned over the years as a Toastmaster. And it's good to know that a lot of the way that I've been approaching my speech and my table topics be validated by DTM Avinash. So it just makes me happy in that sense as well. So amazing. I'm happy that I couldn't take part in it more actively, but next time.
Thank you. Thank you, Bob, for being so humble. In fact, after so many years in being in Toastmasters, still we can always take away something or the other. So today, Toastmaster Avinash has mentioned so many things that even I took away so many things. I think that, there is always a perspective just at the corner, waiting for your attention or focus on that. And today, Toastmaster Avinash not only just gave just a corner, but he gave several corners. In fact, I was just grabbing everything what I can get. Thank you, Toastmaster Avinash. Uh, Toastmaster Vikram. Yes, sir.
Yes,
Your take
I want to add
today's.
a few points. One thing that I take away from this session is the strong presence that DTM Avinash has created. He didn't use the PowerPoint as he said in the beginning, and he was engaging us right from the beginning. If you see, he did not go away from the screen. Whenever he was talking, he was there. His gestures, his humor, and then your body language, everything was quite engaging. I think that is something I really admire in today's session. And for me, I was always, using PowerPoints. Basically, whenever I was asked to conduct any session, even during my other speeches on stage also, I was very comfortable on the presentation. But in this session, this is a very big learning for me, where, I was even fascinated about keeping the audience engaged. At the same time, you are also aware of your, how you're looking on the camera and everything. So that was amazing. And I don't know if I really will be able to do it immediately, but then I have to do a lot of practice for that. And I really loved that part, the strong presence that you created. And I think it's going to be a lasting impact as well on all of us. Yeah. Thank you so much, Avinash.
Yeah. I concur with you, Vikram. In fact, engaging the audience for such a long time is a Herculean task. It's not just easy at all. You need to crack jokes in between your wife's
Right.
jokes so that to keep people engaged. It's not at all easy, and it's a job well done, I believe. Let me go to Toastmaster Meher. Toastmaster Meher, you have raised your hand, Toastmaster Meher.
Yeah. I also want to thank the Avinash for taking time to in shaping us how to prepare the table topics before delivering any sessions. It is very helpful for everyone in their future endeavors as well. And the way he expressed it with his wit and humor are very amazing.
Thank you, Meher. Meher is like the crux of things. He will just say it very straight. Like you say, no, give it to me straight. He's like that. He gives it straight. Thank you, Meher, for sharing your thoughts. I would also take feedback from Toastmaster Prateek. Toastmaster Prateek, what did you think about today's meeting?
Yeah, it was amazing. Really, I was not able to join from last so many days, but today when I have seen the post from your side and Avinash, his photos was there, so I was impressed. And really, I can see that it was worth in a very structured way I should do in speeches and what I should do in table topics, like a structure like this omega and load. So I will always remember that. He made it possible that, he made it sure that I should remember this. Rest everybody has said. Thank you very much, Avinash. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, Prateek. Thank you for sharing your thoughts. Let's move on to Toastmaster Sneha. Sneha, you were there?
Hi, Noor. Yeah, I'm attending after a long time, and it was very
Yes, yes.
insightful session. Yeah. A lot of learnings. Tabletop is something which I run away from. I come out of the meetings so scary for waiters, and I did learn a lot. Thank you, DTM Avinash. I will be more regular with Toastmasters so that I can overcome that fear. Yeah.
Thank you, Sneha. Thank you. Please do come. And we are not charging anything here. So no charges. You don't need to join our club as well. So you can come enjoy the club climate. Toastmaster Ishita, our club president, madam, to you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Noor. I cannot pass this opportunity to thank DTM Avinash for coming to our club and giving this awesome education session. I was not well, so I could not start the session. But thank you so much for sharing your Sunday morning with us. I think words cannot express the gratitude I feel at this moment. So really, really thanks. And please do come anytime you want to and share the pearls of wisdom with us with your experience. We all have benefited a lot. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Madam President. Although she was not well, I think she has attended from the beginning till the end. Thank you, Toastmaster Ishita. May I request feedback from Toastmaster JKG?
So I'm really thankful to DTM Avinash. And I'll say the one perspective who has changed the life. I have 2 years into Toastmaster, and this 2 hours has changed it. I always like to add humor whenever I speak, and today I learned how to add more. Now I will practice and I will display also. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Toastmaster JKG. And lastly, but not least, Toastmaster Amarnath.
Sure, thank you. Rather than a speaker, Avinash looks like a good actor. So when he referring to the story, like when the reference example for table topic. So when he struggled to breathe it, so we are also feel the same. So it's a very long way to adopt that nature of speaking. Definitely, it will really helpful. He has given an abundant information and tricks and tips. So I'll definitely go back to the recording again. We try to map all the techniques. Thank you very much, Avinash.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amar. Thank you. That's the evolution of a speaker, he's at a higher level than all of us. So we aim to be like him. So thank you all for this wonderful meeting today. I truly appreciate each and every one of you being here, present, and participating in today's workshop meeting, which we had. I truly hope that you are all taking away something of value. And thank you, DTM Avinash, for sharing all that important things, which truly give uh, the edge for our members to participate in international speech contest and table topic speech contest. Thank you all for this wonderful day. Thank you. Have a wonderful Sunday. I wish you all the best. I adjourn the meeting for today.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
See you soon. Bye. Take care.